Hi folks, today I'm going to show you how to render with Arnold with our watermark. I'm using Seno S7 Plus Point Plus with my system. This is the batch render that you render from in Arnold. All you have to do, the first thing is to launch the OLM. In here I have already downloaded the OLM and then I put it in OPT OLM, and then if you want to know where OPT is in your system, OPT OLM, I create a folder OLM and I put all the stuff in here. In Windows you just have to double click the OLM and then it will run. For Linux and Mac you need to change the directory to that specific folder, and then you do a / and then OLM and press enter and it will run. After that you can launch Maya and then you render. However, this will not give you a full render without watermark. This is the same file that I render with the batch render. You see there's no watermark here in case you do not see. I go full screen and you see Arnold here down here. This is what I render with. Even in here you can also see Arnold in here as well. This is what you get from rendering with batch render. So the best ways to avoid this is to render with image sequence instead. So in this I go to this file. You see instead of that I go to set project, I go to sequence, I set a project. Now go to sequence, I press save. Instead of rendering with batch render here, oops, it might crash. GNOME 3, I don't actually know what's happened now. Press save. This is the file. Instead of going to render and batch render, I would recommend you to go with render sequence. In that you can also try with, for example, in here I don't have the AOV or anything at all. So now I will need to do is direct. I will use diffuse, I will use direct, I will use indirect, and then I will use speculars. I add that in, and for the diffuse I go with RGBA, and for the drivers I select and I merge all AOV, and then I will add a custom. I call it AO, which is a ambient occlusion, and in there I select the driver, go down here, no, not select driver, I select a select AOV node. In here shader, I click shader, I go with Arnold, I go with ambient occlusion, and leave everything at default. I go with default of 0.001, and let me save, click that, and let me render with this one to show you guys if everything is working fine. Now the sequence one stuff AO is working. Okay, cool. And diffuse, indirect, indirect specular. You don't see anything much in here because I don't have my specular. So in here I will select all of that. I go to this one, I increase the specular a little bit just to get the specular stuff. And in Arnold here I will go with AO, select the driver, and oh no, I select the AOV node, click on this one, spread to 1, fall off 0.001, file clip is 100, the eclipse should be 0.1 I think. Yeah, I think that's okay, I leave that for that one. So to avoid all this watermark, you go to render and render sequence, and voila, it's running right now. I pause the video and show you that later. ឥឡូវយើងមកមើលនៅក្នុងនេះគឺនៅក្នុង crash ខ្ញុំមានពីរគឺ batch render ហើយនឹងមួយទៀតគឺ sequence render នេះគឺ sequence. អូខេឥឡូវបើសិនជាយើងមើល batch render នៅក្នុងនេះមកយើងឃើញអានេះគឺ batch render នេះគឺ Arnold watermark ប៉ុណ្ណានៃអូខេ Oh, did I say something in my language? Okay, now if you look at this, you can see that Arnold watermark is right there. This is the batch render, and this is the sequence render. Oops, I just rendered it for like how many frames, because it take a long time as well. It's 67 frames, so just to show you, actually you can go further than that. Okay, this is the 67 frame that I render with render sequence, and it's working fine. Let's go for 66 only. 66, and I can adjust that. I can make it cool, and in there you can see AO is working fine and a lot more. So let me try to, okay, let me break it up first. Oops, let me try shuffle nodes, select that, and this one is supposed to be direct, so I call that direct. Okay, Control C, Control V. This one is ta-da. Okay, this one should be spec. I think this one should be indirect, so I call that INDR. Control C, Control V. Okay, connect this to this one. This one should be spec. I think I need to increase the specularity a little bit. Yeah, somewhere around there. Okay, that's spec. And Control V. This one should be direct, indirects. The alpha, I don't need that. Let's see. Okay, yeah, you don't need that. AO, I just call that AO. So now you choose direct to go over indirect to go over direct. You can do a multiply, or you can do like plus. Okay, and gray dot. Okay, cool, make it cool. And that is specularity. Put that on top. Go to plus as well. And the AO, you put that in. Change this to multiply and lower that down a little bit, just to make sure it has everything's in there. Okay guys, so if you are using Arnold and you want to render without watermarks, the best way is to use render sequence when your OLM is working. So do not use batch render, because batch render will give you a watermark. I'm still for most of the part I'm still using Maya Paint Effects, and I like it, and it has been giving me a very good result. For mass, I would recommend and suggest to use it with motion graphic, but for grass, trees, and certain more, if you have a chance to work with split tree, just go for it, because split tree is the best software for tree. If you use it in combination with Houdini or Clarice, that would be fantastic. Okay, thank you folks. So I think that should be the end of everything. Enjoy your batch rendering with Arnold. Thank you.